an inevitable part of mountain biking is crashing. So when we crash, it's usually hands out. You know, if you go over the bars or something, hands out, your palms take a beating, your hands take a beating, your wrists take a beating. Quite often broken wrists are a mountain bike injury, a common mountain bike injury. Broken collarbones, broken elbows and forearms from big impacts, big cuts on your elbows and forearms. So I feel like these things need to be conditioned. These things need to be hard enough to be able to take an impact and hopefully live to fight another day. It's not always the way. Sometimes the impact's too great, but you can minimise the damage by conditioning your hands and your elbows. So I kind of come from a bit of a combat background. I've never fought in the ring or anything, but done a fair bit of martial arts and whatnot. And I found things like this are really, really, really good tools for strengthening your wrist joints, strengthening your bone density, and just making you more resilient. So I use this guy for palm strength. So he's got a pretty solid head. And also, since I've done this elbow, I've just started coming back to throwing elbows. So I'm getting closer to being able to throw at full strength. It's still a little bit tender. There's obviously a fair bit of scar tissue in there. I've been massaging it, I've been trying to break up the tissue. We are getting closer, so it's pretty close. So this is what I do to condition my elbows. Definitely getting better. It's definitely getting better. So that's just a quick one on conditioning your extremities for crashes. It's definitely beneficial. I broke my wrist fairly badly in 2010, and I really made a point to build that up strong, get a lot of resilience in there, and it seems to be a lot better. I've had some big crashes on it, so when I did my elbow, I landed really, really hard on this and it was bruised, and I ended up with a bit of scar tissue on the end of the bone. And it was real tender for a long time, but the x-rays showed no break, no nothing. So that obviously held out. I expected it to be broken. The impact was fairly severe, and there was no real damage there, it was just bruising. So I think this is really beneficial. If you can find a heavy bag or one of these guys, this thing's super expensive, so I probably wouldn't advise buying one of these unless you can get your hands on one cheap. A heavy bag, you know, just a boxing bag, fill it up with sand. That'll really, really help, or half sand, half rags. Anything to create impact. Anything to create impact so you can improve it in a controlled environment. So that's just my tips on that. See how you go, and hopefully build some resilience.